On that breaking news in the NFL, where the 49ers have reached a new deal with George Kittle that makes him the highest paid tight end in NFL history. That's according to multiple reports. Kittle's new deal is for 4 years, $76.4 million, including $40 million in guarantees. And when it comes to that AAV, just over $19 million when it comes to him. The 31-year is a two-time All-Pro, a 6-time Pro Bowler, and just wrapped up his second straight 1,000-yard season out there on the West Coast. Kittle now signed. The Niners can focus on completing other big extensions when it comes to their quarterback, but here it is. He said a week ago he didn't want to be the highest paid tight end, but that .1 matters. But Trey McBride, of course, at $19 million behind them. Travis Kelce as well. For more on this, I want to bring in our lead NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. And this news may be surprising us. Didn't see it, the timetable, but it was in the talks, maybe before camp. But here it is. Kittle, now the highest paid tight end. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, usually San Francisco takes a while to get all of their veteran contracts done, Brandon. Usually we're talking in July and then into August. My goodness, last season we were talking about Brandon Ayuk, I think in September. But look, San Francisco, John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, they're not waiting on this because they know that 31-year-old George Kittle is absolutely a part of their future. Now, look, they probably made a slight error, and if we want to go ahead and pull back up that highest paid salaries for tight ends in terms of average annual value, I'm happy to explain why. Trey McBride is an absolute star. But back at the Combine, even before the Combine, the Niners knew that the Cardinals, their NFC West rivals, were prepared to make Trey McBride the highest paid tight end in NFL history in terms of AAV. So Travis Kelce got that $17.1 million over a 2-year stretch. They could have maybe gotten George at an 18, a 17.25, something that would have been above Kelce that would have saved them roughly $2 million in average annual value when they knew that Trey McBride was definitely going to get his deal done. But look, again, they waste no time here. Voluntary workouts just began. Kittle has been around. He wants to be there. I don't have the absolute particulars of this contract, but based off of, my knowledge and understanding of contracts, seeing the $40 million in guaranteed money when really it's $35 across the first 2 years, this indicates to me that it really is a 2-year contract, and then a we'll see that some money is guaranteed in the 3rd year. But if George Kittle and his play falls off a cliff after the 2026 season, the 49ers can get out of it. That will have given him a decade with the Niners. That would have solidified certainly his position in 49ers lore. But of course, all the accolades where he has been one of the top 2 tight ends in the NFL really the past 5-6 years. First it was with Travis Kelce. Now it's with a Trey McBride or a Sam Laporta. All those accolades, all that money, George Kittle needs a Super Bowl now. The San Francisco 49ers need that Super Bowl. And so keeping George Kittle was always in the cards for the Niners. Again, they don't waste any time. This isn't going to drag into training camp. This was, frankly, a pretty easy contract for the Niners.
Well, something that's been dragging, or maybe we're just all impatient with it. You mentioned making it to a Super Bowl. The only way you get there is if you got a quarterback. They have one. And if you ask the team owner, Jed York called him a top 10 in Brock Purdy. How does this contract impact those negotiations with their QB1?
So, look, the Niners all offseason really kind of cleared the deck for the big Brock Purdy extension that is coming. Go back to last year when they gave Christian McCaffrey a raise, when they gave Trent Williams a raise, when they didn't trade Brandon Ayuk but kept him and paid him. Now let's go to this offseason where they couldn't keep a Dre Greenlaw or a Talanoa Hufanga. They obviously wanted to get rid of Brandon Ayuk via trade, and no one was willing to take on the receiver with the bad knee. And now they take care of Kittle. Fred Warner is still in the conversation for a contract. That one is also going to be an easy one, right? You just got to pay him $1 more than Roquan Smith. Right now, Fred Warner around $19 million and some change in average annual value. Roquan Smith's at $20. So you're going to pay Fred Warner above Roquan Smith. That one is about as simple as George Kittle. The big one's going to be Brock Purdy. And it's a big one because it's a big number. It's also big because how much is he actually worth, right? So you've had him on what has been, frankly, the best deal in sports for the last couple of years. He's been on that rookie contract. This is the first year that Brock Purdy has been eligible for an extension, and I don't think there's any doubt that one will get done before we get to week 1 of the regular season. Will his agent push for $60 million, $61 million, making him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, that Dak Prescott money? Well, the agent should be pushing for that because that's what representation does. Are the 49ers going to pay him like that? You know, Jed York didn't say he's a top 1, top 2, top 3 quarterback, did he? He said top 10. Well, that's a wide range right there. And so the two sides are going to have to come to an understanding and agreement. We can talk about average annual value, but really, and Brandon, we talk about this all the time. That's what gets on the graphics, the on-screen graphics. That's what we talk about. That's what every network talks about. What really matters when it comes to quarterback contracts, especially, how much is the guaranteed money right at signing, and how quickly can you get another bite at the apple, meaning how much can you ultimately get in this contract and then get another one. So, Brock Purdy, there's still a lot of particulars to work out. Will he wind up with something that's in the 50s in terms of average annual value, Brandon? Absolutely. What that exact number is, it might take a couple more months.
Just give him the Dak deal, $60 million and an extra dollar. That's how you fix things there, apparently, in the 49ers way. We'll see. Jonathan Jones, appreciate your time. Join us with that breaking news. Or George Kittle being the new highest paid there when it comes to tight ends. And taking a look at it again, just coming off back-to-back 1,000 yards. And when you talk about some of the GOATs in the game right now, there he is. 4 with Tony Gonzalez, Jason Witten, and Gronk, of course, but Travis Kelce leading the way with 7. More of this with HQ in a few.